Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who's watching this podcast, especially for those who are watching this live and watching the replay. I appreciate you for really just being here. And I welcome you guys to the first actual episode of, of Attune and Clear the Bullshit podcast. So, as you guys can see on this, title, the title is self-explanatory too. So when it comes to with this podcast, when it comes to Attune and Clear Out the BS podcast, it's basically for everyone who's just really who loves energy healing when it comes to Reiki and other energy healing practices. And just really want to just let go anything that's just really not serving them anymore for their highest good. So or should I say their best good too. So when it comes to with anything that's just really affecting your energy, especially when it comes to thoughts and feelings and all sorts of stuff too. This podcast for you guys as well, and especially for those who want to, learn a new perspective when it comes to with energy healing, and just really, tune that bullshit out too when it comes to with that in your own way, basically. And I appreciate you for really just being here, and of course, too, you guys probably know me who I am, and as the name says too, when it comes to with this podcast, and especially when it comes to with all you guys here too. Even just like a few people are watching this, which is totally cool. So big shout out to all the people out here who are watching this too. So yeah, and, to all the moderators and people who I collab with and know in person and online. Big shout out to you guys as well. So, but before I just start talking and sharing too, when it comes to what I'm about to share as well, when it comes to with last yesterday's podcast, if there was like any kind of like camera mess ups when it comes to with that, I apologize. I believe like when it comes to a StreamYard settings, there's like this advanced feature before you go to studio. So it's kind of like, huh, why is my camera jumping so much? It's like skipping frames and all that. I was like, oh, it's not. It's skipping frames like I was playing Tekken online. It's lagging. Or if I'm playing GTA Online or something too, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, hold up, wait a minute. You're like, I ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's like, yo, what the hell is going on here? But I think I fixed the issue with that because usually my connection is pretty solid, and even in my area, it's really improving. So if you guys could hear me, if you guys could see me too when it comes to this podcast, feel free to let me know at any time, especially for those who are just watching this podcast, watching this live or watching a replay too, especially if you're taking notes and or just really want to listen to something that really agrees with you. Or if it doesn't, that's totally fine. So when it comes to with that, let's get on with it too with the show.
Yes,
So
get over that.
okay, so let's get into the meat of the topic here too when it comes to with energy healing. And especially for those who do know about energy healing and for those who don't know too, especially when it comes to like with Reiki and other spirit energy healing practices as well. It's just like a way for us to really just tune in with our bodies, with our energy body, and especially when it comes to with our own energetic body too, or the subtle body too. In the most East Asian traditions and teachings too, or spiritual Asian traditions and teachings too, when it comes to with yoga, Reiki, and even just other indigenous, practices as well. So when it comes to with like energy healing too, and with me too, I'm just gonna share my background and just like over the years, I've put a lot of money and time and just really, energy to sweat and all that. Not per se like sweat, like I'm a sweat in a video game or something, but just like sweat, like actual sweat too, when it comes to with learning certain practices and activities too, like with yoga and Reiki, when it comes to with just like how you can really just support your own subtle body too. And when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to our own subtle body, we all have it too, from not only with human beings, but also with, every fabric of life, from the animals to the insects, every kind of like intelligent life when it comes to with that has like their own kind of subtle body too. And it really just has certain things and people and circumstances really do have an effect on it too, especially with us as human beings too. Just just getting to the topic of that as well. It's just when it comes to with our subtle body, it's really good to really just recognize that with our own body too, or with our own subtle body. And just like how you can really just really connect with your subtle body to where you can really just really recognize what's going on and to really just tune into how you're feeling. And just really, sometimes when we overthink it about certain topics that we're talking about, but also too, just really being in touch with your own body and really just connecting with that in a really powerful way, just really tuning in with that. And I know that sounds kind of like, what the fuck is he talking about? But if you're really just practicing that, just really getting out of your own way, out of your head into your body, with your heart, with your chest, with your shoulders, with, you know, your biceps, triceps, your hips, to your feet, to your reproductive organs too. Saying that respectfully, of course, too. And really just doing that in a really powerful way to really just noticing what's going on. And because like when it comes to with energy and let me just show you the stuff I want to share with you guys too. So, oh, uh, me that had that. There you go. So when it comes to with our subtle body, it's our energetic body. Really, when it comes to plays our important role for our overall health, and not just I'm saying that because it's on the screen, but just really saying that too, just because our energetic body is as much as important for our physical body too. And when it comes to with that and with our energetic body, which is our subtle body too, however you want to call it, it's really good to really just take care of that. And especially in any places near the body as well, from your feet to the crown of your head. And just really, when you're going down to your feet, just really recognizing what's going on, just really noticing things too. And even near the top of the crown of your head too, just really taking the time for yourself to really just noticing that and to really just noticing that from a really healthy space when it comes to with your own energetic body too, and especially when it comes to with the chakras too. I know there's like 88,000 of them from what I've learned from my yoga teacher training, but also too, I know that there's 7 of them that's just really being taught in like a lot of yoga teacher trainings, which is good too. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to downplay the actual definition of chakras is too. And in Sanskrit definition, it's just like energy bodies too of spinning wheels of spinning energies, basically. So when it comes to with that, think of our chakras as wheels of spinning energy in certain places in our bodies too. And there's a lot of them too, like 88,000 chakras. I'm not sure where all of them are too. I know there's like 9 of them too that I know that's really plays an important role when it comes to for our overall health, and especially when it comes to with just like how you can really just recognize that with your own energetic body, but also to really just let go of stuff that's just really doesn't suit you anymore, or that doesn't resonate with you too, and just really taking care of your energetic body in a really powerful way. And especially when it comes to with our chakras too, where those placements are at too. I'll show you this whole graph, like parts of the graph too, so brace yourself. And just like with our earth star chakra, which is really near our soles of the feet, it helps us to ground our energy, connect with our ancestors, who we are as people, and to really just having that really earthly connection to when it comes to with that. And especially when it comes to with our chakra, earth star chakra can help us to really connect with the earth. And it's kind of like when it comes to people who just walk barefoot on the beach or in the forest too, in a safe environment. That's like a way for people to really just connect with their earth star chakra too. Just really putting your feet out there too on the ground that's just in a safe environment too, where it's not contaminated, that it's not full of chemicals and all that bullshit too when it comes to with that. And just really doing that in a really powerful way to really connect with your ancestors and to really just, balancing that too when you're getting grounded. And especially when it comes to with your root chakras, who you are as a person can really just help you to really just find your security. So it's kind of like near your sacrum as well, like your lower spine, your tailbone. So I'm not going to show you my tailbone. So it's kind of like, if I do that kind of stuff too, especially on YouTube, it'd be like this.
Sound like a porno star.
Nah, 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 nah. Not like that. So when it comes to with like your tailbone too, just really recognizing where your root chakra is and really just doing your best to really understanding your form of security, knowing who you are as a person, making sure that you're just really self-assured within yourself to really just balancing your root chakras too, and really just paying attention if it feels kind of out of whack or if something doesn't feel right too in that area, not just physically, but also energetically too. If you really just recognizing it, because our root chakra is just as important as the Earth Star chakra and other ones too, and both can really just work with each other too. So when it comes to with our sacral chakra, which is really near our reproductive organs too, whether you're a man, if you're a woman who's watching this too, and when it comes to with our reproductive organs, when it comes to with our life force energy, I'm just gonna say that for YouTube guidelines per se too, because if I want to say what I actually want to say, I'll get kicked the fuck out. So when it comes to it, that if I say what I want to say on YouTube, I'll be like this.
Go fuck out of here! Go fuck!
That's what YouTube will do to me too. So I'm just gonna really be respectful with that, especially when it comes to with the sacral chakra. And with our sacral chakra, it really just helps us to really connect with our creative energy to where we can really just have fun with life, to really just be alive within our own bodies, with our minds, with our emotions, with our own energy, whether it be, for any kind of reasons too, intimate reasons, or even just like in general too, and especially with our intimate reasons too. Our sacral chakras can really help us to really connect with our own sexuality, especially as we're growing to adulthood too, and just really connecting with that in a really powerful way, and in a really consensual, healthy, and powerful way too, when it comes to with that, and including ethical as well, to really just connecting with that and just really noticing things too when it comes to with your reproductive organs as well, and just like not saying that physically but also energetically too, just really figure some stuff out to where you can really just let go of certain things that no longer be needed. Not just like from that area, but just like in general too, relating to like with our own sexual energy, with our own sexuality, and so on and so forth when it comes to with our own sacral chakras too. And when it comes to with our solar plexus too, which is near our belly button too, and it's just really helps us to connect with our confidence too. So when it comes to with our sacral or solar plexus, I almost said sacral, and when it comes to with that and with our solar plexus too, just really breaking it down real quick, just like for any of us to really just if you really just feel just recognizing what's going on with near our belly to our belly button, and just really recognizing that from an energetic place when it comes to if something doesn't feel right, if you want to just let go of certain things that no longer be needed, when it comes to with helping you, when it comes to with just balancing your own solar plexus too, to break you really just be more playful, responsible, and really just being connected with your own confidence to your energy per se too, because especially when if we feel like with our stomach needs some energy, or if we really just needs like something to eat or some water too, that can really just be an indicator that our solar plexus needs some nourishment or needs to let go of certain things too, especially like on a physical standpoint. I know like with me personally, I usually fast like certain days too, to where not like certain days, but like certain hours to where I can really just let certain energies go when it comes to with my solar plexus, to where it's just like, what, I don't really need to eat right now. I can really just let the solar plexus do its job to really just cleanse, and to really just allow it to really just do that, and to really just do that in a really powerful way too, and especially for yourself too. I know, because we're totally different, especially for those who are the opposite sex and all that, just really taking the time for yourself to really just noticing certain things too with your solar plexus, to where you can really just let things go, and to really just bring that clarity and nurturing, like loving energy back there too. So, and with the heart chakra too, which is right near the middle of our chest, it really just helps us to connect with our emotions. And especially when it comes to with our emotions too, when it comes to with who we are as a person, with our emotional side, our feminine side too, which is nothing soft or weak or made about really just connecting with your heart chakra. It really just helps us to really just practice emotional intelligence to where we can really just be loving towards ourselves, be loving towards other people, it could be family, friends, lovers, acquaintances, you name it too. And especially when it comes to just really noticing things too, when it comes to with our heart chakra, and especially, when energetically what's stored there too, if something doesn't feel right, and just really recognizing that too, not without even have to just overthinking it, just really sitting with that too when it comes to with that. So just really recognizing that when it comes to with your own heart chakra, and just really connecting with that in a really powerful way. And especially when it comes to with our throat chakra, which is really connected to our throat chakra here too. So when it comes to with that area too, just really recognizing that as well when it comes to with our own voice, because when it comes to sound, and especially when it comes to sound and really just speaking with our voice, just talking and speaking and really just getting our point across too, when it comes to with like expressing our opinions and feelings about certain things too with ourselves and other people, and especially when it comes to what we're going through and what we want to just experience, just really noticing those energetic stuff too when it comes to with your throat chakra, to where it's like, if your throat really feels kind of sore, or if you feel like you don't want to talk but your throat feels fine, it's like that could be really a key indicator when it comes to just really, noticing something that's just probably I need to just let go when it comes to you with your own throat chakra as well. Just really taking note of that. And especially when it comes to with the third eye as well. And especially, with me personally, like with the previous one that I shared with you, with the throat chakra, that's been blocked for me for quite some time just because, I always had trouble just speaking my point across. But now at the really unique age of 37, it's like, maybe I have no problem just really expressing my my voice when it comes to our own throat chakra as well. But in just really connecting, getting into the topic of just when it comes to with the third eye chakra too, and it's just like when it comes to just really connecting with that really just helps us to connect with our awareness, our intuition, and especially when it comes to like right in the middle of our eyebrows here too. So when it comes to with connecting with our third eye chakra, and even just recognizing that too, especially when it comes to like if something doesn't feel off about it too, if something it's like feel right or anything like that too, when it comes to with your third eye, just really noticing that too when it comes to with that, it can really just be a key indicator when it comes to with certain things, and really just being aware about that too, because that's pretty much the purpose of the third eye chakra, is to help you to really just be aware of stuff, even the stuff that's just doesn't feel right too, when it comes to with yourself and even with other people and certain things in our environment too, and circumstances and all that. And especially when it comes to with our crown chakra too, when it comes to with just connecting with our crown chakra, and even just when it comes to with our crown chakra, which is really the top of our skull too, helps us to connect with the divine, connect us with God in ways that really just feels right to us without any kind of religious ties to it. Our crown chakra is like our connection to the divine, basically to the universe, with God, source consciousness, however you want to just express that in your own spiritual journey. And just when it comes to just really just noticing things too when it comes to with your crown chakra, and energetically of course too, especially just really paying attention to that as well, because you never know like what's if you're going to certain places, connecting with other people, or even just with yourself, if there's like some energetic stuff going on there too that's just really doesn't feel right to you, or that doesn't really resonate, especially if it's like near your crown chakra. and just really recognizing that from a healthy space to where you can really just recognize it and really just take note of that as well. And when it comes to with the soul star chakra, which is really like a chakra above the crown chakra too, that really helps us to connect with the divine or with our higher selves too when it comes to with that. So it's just really connecting with that as well, just really noticing your soul chakra, especially when it comes to with your soul star chakra. If you feel like something doesn't feel right, if you like if you notice like if you things that really that you used to love, then you don't feel kind of enjoyment to that anymore. When it comes to just having trouble connecting with your higher selves, that can really just be a key indicator right there too. When it comes to something with your soul chakra, that's just needs to really just be addressed. Just really paying attention to that in a really energetic way too, and just really paying attention to that and really just you know doing that your own way, basically, too, when it comes to with your own soul star chakra. And and especially when it comes to, let me see if I could pull up this graph right here too. And like even like with other energetic, or energy practices like with Reiki, which is really has some really strong really strong Asian roots too when it comes to from Japan or Japanese roots too. And it's just when it comes to with the five principles and like when it comes to with energy, energy is all around us, from our cells, our skin, to like the places that we live, so on and so forth, from the animals to the plants to human beings, sentient beings like ourselves too, and sentient beings too, like animals and all that as well, because we're all sentient in our own unique way. And it's just really recognizing that too when it comes to just like like energy is all around us, but also when it comes to with our own energetic body, it really just can have a placement there too in certain parts of our body. And especially when it comes to with energy, not all energy is good energy too. So especially if it's coming from within yourself or from other people, especially just really paying attention to that as well, because life kicks our ass in so many ways. Sometimes life looks at us and does this, and it does this for like a second round, like this, or like
The
this.
fuck out of here!
You know, you've heard this many times from other people when it comes to just, um, when it comes to life. Life ain't easy, this and that, and it's like a lot of people said this, content creators, life coaches, therapists, you name it too. But when it comes to with just with our own energetic body and just like with the five Reiki principles, it's really good to really just, apply this into your everyday life. Even if you like if you make a mistake, for example, and even just with that too, sometimes we're not perfect, and that's okay. Perfection is overrated, I should say too. And I'll just leave it at that. I mean, for real, it's just, when it comes to being perfect, I mean, the only person I know who wants to be perfect is Perfect Cell, and he's a fictional character. And then that's a whole different topic for another podcast, too. But when it comes to with our own energy, and especially how we can really just, support our own energy, too, especially when it comes to with letting go of stuff that doesn't really just be needed right now. Especially for our energetic body. Excuse me for a second. And just really practicing these principles can really just help you along the way. So it's kind of like, you don't get angry, but sometimes most people will piss us off to where we just want to go ahead, or sometimes we look at certain people like we just want to
Break my foot off in your ass.
Have you ever felt that way energetically? It was talking with people and they say some really crazy shit or some weird shit too, to where it's just like, man, like, are you for real? You gonna do that stuff and hurt people and all that? I was like, bro,
Break my foot off in your ass.
it's like, bro, like I understand being angry too, but when it comes to with that, just really recognize that within yourself and just really not stay in that place for too long too. And especially when it comes to worrying about certain things, I know with life, especially if you're just like financially challenged right now, like myself, because, I always have to pay some other stuff and trying to make a living when it comes to the things I love to do. And it's really just, sometimes we really gotta, we can't stop worrying because sometimes we need to survive when it comes to life. Survival is essential when it comes to living life. It's like a no brainer there too. And just like, it's normal to really just, to worry, but really just staying there at that place for far too long can really just be, it can really just be detrimental for your energetic body too. And especially when it comes to just worrying about certain things outside of our control too, when it comes to with that. So it's just really good to recognize, and especially for those who are curious about like energy healing and how it can really just apply it into your everyday life, just doing your best to not worry so much, and also to really just not stay in that place for too long too, because when we worried a lot, then it really just affects our mentality, our energy, our body, to where it can really just be, it can mess us up in so many ways too. So, and also too, when it comes to with the next one I'm going to talk about, with gratitude, just being grateful. And sometimes too, with life too, that can really just be easier said than done, just because, gratitude is a really good thing to practice, but also too, at the same time, a lot of people go through challenges. We go through challenges with other people, with ourselves, with our environment in certain areas. And I'm just really want to be genuine and really just transparent with you guys too when it comes to with this podcast. It's just when it comes to with practicing gratitude, it can really just be the most powerful thing you do really do for your energetic body and for yourself too, to where you can really just, bring that clarity and that gentleness and that nurturing love to yourself, to where you can really just, I'm content where I'm at in my life too. And just really being grateful for what you have in your life right now, especially when it comes to the material things, which is, we love to have a good car, nice ride, some money in our bank too, especially, someone who loves us deeply, intimately, and, you know, all that. And it's just, practicing gratitude in our lives too, when it comes to with just doing that in a really powerful way, can really just helps us to really just appreciating the most meaningful stuff in our lives, not just the material, but also with people. It could be with our family, it could be with our kids, it could be with our friends, it could be with our lovers per se too, or acquaintances who really just support us too, or even just with the place we are right now too in our environment. With like I'll say for example, like with me, I'm grateful to really just be in this beautiful house, and I'm working on that goal to really just supporting this house with my dad too. So like, at someday I can really just be financially stable to really just, take care of this beautiful home. So like how he does it too. So when it comes to with that, with practicing gratitude can really just be really helpful in so many ways. And really just practicing that your own way can really just be helpful. And especially when it comes to the next one with working diligently. And it's kind of like, working diligently. It's kind of like, if you really just break it down, it's working smarter, not harder too, when it comes to with that. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with just working hard, working to like certain goals that you want to achieve. And especially when it comes to with improving your craft, practicing your skills, learning new, skills too. When it comes to with that, it could be with anything from just like, with math or learning to fix a car or cook or anything like that, martial arts, you name it too. And it's just like working diligently, working smarter, not harder, in an energetic perspective can really just help you to really just, balancing your own energetic body, but also to really just, to help you to really just noticing things too with your energetic body, to where you can really just, you know, learn how to really just let all that, BS go to from your energetic body, where when it's time to do that too, if that makes sense. So when it comes to just working diligently and just really doing that in a really powerful way can really help us to really just, to really just be consistent with, improving our skills to take care of ourselves first and foremost, and especially from an energetic an energetic way too, when it comes to with that to really just to let go of stuff that really just needs to be let go in a really consensual and safe space, and really just doing that in a really powerful way. And with the last one too, when it comes to, and this is a big one too, and just really being kind to everything. And that's a really beautiful way for all of us too, no matter if you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're at a young age, or if you're in your 30s and your 40s and 50s, etc. Just really being kind to everything, especially with yourself too, first and foremost, is the definition of self-love. And I know you probably heard this so many times from other people, content creators and all that, which I'm not trying to compare myself to. I'm just really being genuine and transparent here too. And just when it comes to with just being kind to everything, especially with yourself first and foremost, can really just help you to really just practicing that purest form of love. And how you can really just doing that, especially for your energetic body, just really being in touch with your own body too. Not in the ways you're like touching it per se too, which is one of the concepts of that, but also too, just really just sitting with yourself and to really just, being gentle and kind to yourself too, to where you can really just not beat yourself up, or not to really just be hard on ourselves too, because we can really just be the biggest critic and hater within ourselves too. And especially when it comes to when we project that to other people on social media or in person, especially, and just really being kind to everything, not only with ourselves, but also when it comes to with the people that we care about, that care about us. It could be with family, friends, lovers, acquaintances, you name it too. And especially within our environment as well, with the wildlife, with the plants, the trees, the elements, you name it too. When it comes to with that, to where we can really just be kind to everything too, from giving a hug to a tree, to really just cleaning up our communities, to really just being there for our friends when we need it, or for our lovers, for our family, and especially for ourselves too, to where we can really just bring that love in too, because especially in our own spiritual journey, when it comes to just connecting with God and how you really want to just practice that, being kind to everything is like a foundation of just really connecting with God. And so just really connecting with that in a really powerful way, especially for yourself too. You don't really have to listen to my black ass saying that too, of course, and not trying to beat myself up. I'm just, lighten the mood here too. And it's just like being kind to to everything, and especially with yourself, the people that you care about, that care about you, your environment, especially to wherever you go, especially if you're going on vacation, can really just be the purest form of love you can really just practice, and especially in your own spiritual journey too. And when it comes to with the three pillars of Reiki too, when it comes to with that, and I just really want to combine these two elements here too, when it comes to with that, with the rain meditation and with Reiki too. So let me see if I could share this. I'm going to share this first. So with the three pillars of Reiki, it's like a shell. It's kind of like bringing your hands together. So like if you guys want to practice this too at any time as well, and especially if you're watching this live and watching the replay, just really bringing your hands together, especially when it's called a show. Just really bringing your hands together, just sitting with yourself, letting your mind relax and letting your body relax at the same time. Just really connecting with that, connecting with your own breath, allowing the breath to just flow naturally, letting your belly go up and down, just inflate and all that when it comes to with connecting with our own breath. And just taking a deep inhale as you're just really connecting with that kind of prayer. Bring your hands together. And with the exhale, and this is the next pillar too, called Reiki. So just really bringing your hands together and just really feeling that energy too when it comes to with that. and just really noticing what's going on too with that energy, because energy is all around us. So when it comes to with just recognizing that too, just really, playing with that energy. If you want to just create a, like a Kamehameha wave or Hadoken, just really connecting with your own energy with that, because your own energy is your own energy. And if this really just feels weird to you, and that's totally fine. You don't really have to practice this, but for those who want to, just really having fun with that and just really exploring that with yourself. If you want to just put one hand near your heart or near your solar plexus, or if you just really want to just create shapes, forms, and all that beautiful stuff, and really just doing that for yourself too. And with the last pillar too, which is called Chiro, it's just like scanning and healing attunements, basically, or should I say, healing and scanning attunements. So wherever you're really doesn't feel right with, especially for your own energetic body too, when it comes to with that, just really, you could put one hand to your heart chakra, the next to your solar plexus, or you can really just do another fun thing too. You could really just do some emotional field tapping simply by just really, tapping near those places, near your throat, near your chest, near your solar plexus, or even near your tailbone too, or near your soles of the feet, if you want to just explore that for yourself, or the crown of your head too, or near your eyebrows too, wherever that feels right for you, basically, especially while you're just connecting with your own breath and just really taking that deep breath in with the inhale as you are doing that. Just breathing in for how many counts as you wish. It could be one count or two or three. And just really letting go too with the exhale out through the mouth or through the nose, whichever that feels comfortable for you. And just really exploring that for yourself. And especially when it comes to with just, really recognizing what's going on with your energy body, especially near certain places of your body too. Just really recognizing that too from a healthy space. And just really allowing to feel what you're feeling right now too when it comes to with that. So whatever that you're recognizing, just really allowing to be there too, especially for your own energetic body. Just really noticing those things too, especially while you're just tapping, or if you're just really having one hand to your solar plexus or your heart, or near your, you know, eyebrows, to your throat, your crown of your head, to the soles of your feet too, or your sacrum. Just really connecting with that as well. And just really allowing to feel what you're feeling right now. And just really investigate what's going on near those places, wherever that may be in your life, what's going on, and just really investigating, wondering what you're feeling too when it comes to with your own energetic body, and just really recognizing that from a certain place, and just really investigating that in a really healthy and powerful way. And just like when it comes to just bringing that nurturing energy towards yourself too, just really bringing that nurturing love towards those places too. It's where you can really just attune your own energy and really just letting shit go, especially near your heart. That's near your heart, near your solar plexus, near your feet, near your throat, near your crown chakra, near your third eye, your eyebrows, anywhere that really just needs to, that energy that needs to really just be released, letting that shit go, basically. And just really doing that in a really powerful way, even saying like a mantra towards yourself, to where you can really just saying that silently, or just really saying that, vocally too, when it comes to with that. And just really creating a mantra for yourself to really just, bringing that nurturing love towards yourself too, to where you can really just do that in a really powerful way, and just really recognizing that too, to where you can really just bring that nurturing energy back towards yourself, and really just coming back to when it comes to with that, opening your eyes, just really noticing things too that's just really going on as well, that can really just help you to really just balancing your own energetic body. And especially when it comes to with yourself, because when it comes to with just doing that kind of like cognitive reconstructing, especially towards your energy body, our energy body, and especially it really is connected with our minds, and especially connected with our emotions too. And just really practicing that too when it comes to with just really noticing stuff as well. When it comes to stuff that you believe about yourself that's really unhealthy in certain ways too, just really recognizing that as well. And even just like setting boundaries too, especially with yourself and with other people, to where you won't allow other people to really just disrespect you or talk down upon you too when it comes to with that, because no one likes to be just being disrespected. And sometimes too, when we just someone disrespects us, we look at them like this.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
So it's kind of like when it comes to setting boundaries with yourself too, and especially when it comes to with that, just really taking the time for yourself to really just setting boundaries with yourself and with other people, to where you don't feel disrespected, that people won't walk over you too. And especially when it comes to like for the theme of autumn too, which is fall, because even daylight savings is here too, setting your clocks back, or setting your clock back or clocks back too. It can really just mess us up in certain ways too. It's like, oh man, like you have to set our clocks back too. But just really noticing those changes and really just letting go of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore too. And especially when it comes to just releasing that in a really powerful way. And even if you need to just like slow down or just do anything that just really helps you to really just connecting with the energy of autumn or fall, I should say too, whatever you want to call it. Just really recognizing that as well when it comes to with that, certain time in your life right now, especially now in 2025. So when it comes to with all the information that I share with you too, when it comes to with this podcast, I hope it was really helpful for anyone who's just watching this live and watching the replay too. And especially for those who are just, curious about wellness topics such as energy healing and with wellness as well, and even with relationships too. This is definitely for you guys too. Even with the stuff that I'm sharing too, I put a lot of energy and time and dedication towards it too, to really just getting certified, to study it, applying it too, especially. And hopefully what I've shared too, not only from my experience, of course, which is, not much of the point here too, but also from what I've researched and really just found that out as well. Hopefully it's really helpful for anyone who's just really curious about when it comes to just, how you can really just, change your mindset when it comes to with like have shifting those, thoughts around you with your mind, or even just supporting your own kind of energetic body, to where you can really just be gentle with yourself too, and so on and so forth. So when it comes to with that, and let me see if I could switch my camera here too. So let me see if I could put some brightness up in here. So if anyone wants like a one card message or like a 3 card spread too, or whatever that floats your boat too, just feel free to let me know. If not, I could just pull some cards for the collective, you know, especially for the people too who are celebrating the Day of the Dead. So, especially in Mexico too, I really want to honor that tradition. So shout out to all the people who are celebrating their loved ones that are not here with us too, especially if they passed recently, or just in the past. You're just really celebrating that too, and especially in Mexico as well. So shout out to all my Mexican peeps out there who are celebrating the Day of the Dead too, honoring their ancestors, their loved ones too who have passed, especially in America as well. I just really want to give credit where credit's due when it comes to with the you know um, indigenous traditions and all that too. So when it comes to with that, of course, let me see if anyone is posting any questions. So not yet, but I'll just post some messages for the collective, especially for, today too, especially, for this podcast for November and all that too. So when it comes to with these messages, and really just share some powerful messages that we can all take to, especially for this podcast and all that. So let's see. Purity. Let me see if I could. And so purity. Let's see, I'll pull that message up here. It's purity. Send this message for the collective. And commitment. There's a beautiful message there. Yeah, purity and commitment. So when it comes to with that, that's beautiful. And the next message too. Let's see here. For the collective. Ooh, war. That's a powerful statement right there, which is really interesting. And with the last message here too, when it comes to with that, let me see what we have here as well. Mm, the tree of life. So let me see if I could pull these messages out together too. So let me put these together and see if I could straighten these out. So really interesting stuff for the collective too that we can all learn. So when it comes to with these four messages that you guys see on the screen too, especially for those who are watching this live and watching a replay too. So anytime if any of these messages really resonate with you, especially for this month of November, since it's the daylight savings thing has ended too. So when it comes to with these messages, and especially for the month of November, just wherever that resonates with you, just feel free to share. So when it comes to with the first message, is really all about purity. So just really, for anyone who really just resonates with this message, just really taking the time for yourself to really just to purify yourself and how you can really just cleanse your own energetic body to really to where you can really just, cleanse your energetic body, from anything that doesn't resonate with you, clearing out the BS from your certain parts of your body energetically to where you can really just find clarity and peace and really just in a really powerful way just really taking some time for yourself to really just to take care of yourself energetically and to really just clearing out anything that doesn't really resonate with you too, and especially if you want to be in a safe space to where you can really just to purify yourself, cleansing all that BS from your energetic body, from your heart, from your solar plexus, reproductive organs, you name it, especially if you want to do that in a really powerful way. And when it comes to with the next message too, when it comes to with commitment, just really taking the time for yourself to really just stay committed to who you are, and especially when it comes to with anything that's important. So when it comes to with commitment, especially with this message right here too, if you can see that, it's just really taking the time for yourself to really just staying committed to who you are as a person, staying loyal, And really just not only staying loyal to yourself, which is an important thing to do, but also to the people that you care about, who you respect and cherish. It could be with family, it could be with friends, it could be with your lovers, it could be with acquaintances. Just really staying loyal, and especially staying loyal to who you are, especially can really just help strengthen any relationship, especially with yourself, with other people that you care about too. And so just really doing that in a really powerful way, especially for those who really resonate with this message. And with the next message too, which is really all about or. And basically too, if you really just break this powerful message down, and I'm not condoning any kind of unnecessary violence, but really just, doing your best to really just protecting yourself and to really just protecting yourself to where you don't let anybody push you around. So when it comes to with this strong in your face kind of message here, because the color red is really strong with this message too. So just really taking the time for yourself to really just engage if you need to, just really walking away, protecting yourself, and really just doing that in a really powerful way to where you don't allow people to really just push you around, especially physically, energetically too. And especially when it comes to just protecting yourself, but also to really just understanding engagement, to really just engage and to respond with action. If you need to just walk away, if you need to just, cut the conversation, if you need to just, really protecting yourself from someone or anybody too that just wants to, you know, direct harm towards you too. Just really using your own masculine energy to really just protecting yourself, not letting anything just push you around. It's kind of like when it comes to like how this guy is, just really protecting yourself in a really healthy way, of course, but also too, it's like, expressing that too like this
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
to where you can really just protecting yourself and not letting anything or anyone push you around basically too. So just really doing that in a really powerful way to where you can really just protect yourself and just really being careful with that too, because sometimes people would abuse their power just because they can, and just really doing your best to protect yourself, it can really just be the most powerful form of self-care too. And so with when it comes to with that message, if that message resonates with anyone who's just watching this podcast, just really protecting yourself. If you need to walk away, if you need to just, defend yourself, if you need to in a healthy way, of course, to where you don't really have to hurt somebody, but also defending yourself and really just protecting yourself or the people that you care about is essential too with survival. So just really doing that with your own masculine energy, basically. And with the tree of life, when it comes to with that, just really keep on traveling on too, because when it comes to the tree of life, life goes on, especially in a spiritual perspective. So just really taking your time for yourself, and especially when it comes to just understanding that life goes on, when it comes to with that, keep traveling on, especially in your own spiritual journey and wherever direction that you go to too, when it comes to with that, as you can see in the screen, just really doing your best to really just doing that, going in any kind of direction, keep on traveling on in your own spiritual journey and how you really just want to do that. Just really doing that in a really powerful way, just really living your best life, keep traveling on in your spiritual journey and never stop being who you are too when it comes to with that. Just keep on traveling on when it comes to with your own connection with God, whether you're a man, if you're a woman, straight or gay, bisexual, you name it too. And so just really doing that in a really powerful way can help you in so many ways too. So yeah, when it comes to with that particular order, especially for those who resonate with any of these messages too. So I'll share these again one more time just before I wrap this up. And shout out to Maximum. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I have to tune in and just see what you guys doing on GTA Online. But thank you for being here, Maximum. I appreciate you too. And I'll make you a mod too when I get a chance to, you and Geo and the crew too. If you guys want to just hop on to say hi in the chat. But if you guys want to, of course, no pressure. But when it so that nobody trolls or mess with you too. So when it comes to with that, for anyone who's wants to just get some clarification of these messages again, especially for those who are watching this live and watching the replay. And with the first message, if it really resonates with you, is just all about purity. So just really taking the time for yourself to really just cleansing out anything that doesn't resonate with you, especially in a safe space, energetically, physically, you name it too. Just really taking that time for yourself to really just purify, letting go of stuff that doesn't really resonate with you, and just really cleansing that out too when it comes to with that, and just really staying committed to who you are as a person, and especially to the people that care about you and you care about them as well. When it comes to you with just with those relationships with life, with other people in general too, just really staying loyal can really just strengthen any relationship too when it comes to with that. And of course, too, when it comes to what the third message is really all about protecting yourself. So, not letting anyone or anything push you around energetically, emotionally, physically, you know, you name it too, and even spiritually too. Just really protecting yourself and using your masculine energy to really just protecting yourself and to really just engage with that too in a really powerful way so that you can really just protect yourself and not let anything or anyone push you around energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and even spiritually too. And when it comes to this last message here too, just really, keep on traveling on with life. Life goes on. It's challenging in so many ways, but when it comes to just really, connecting with your own spiritual path and just really keep on traveling on, just really, wherever direction that you go to with your own life, just keep on traveling on because life goes on, but how you really just keep on moving forward can really just help you in so many ways too when it comes to with that. So, with that being said, when it comes to with this podcast, for those who are watching this live and watching the replay, I appreciate you guys too for who you are as people. Whether you're a man, if you're a woman, shout out to all the moderators, people on here who are just watching this, and especially for those who are just really curious about mindfulness and energy healing and other wellness modalities too. And if you guys are curious about that and if you want some assistance and help with that too, I would love to work with you guys too. And I have so much stuff that I offer too when it comes to with sessions and other stuff too that's online or in person too when it comes to exclusive content and services too when it comes to with that. So if you ever like need assistance or even just help, just really understanding about mindfulness or cognitive behavior therapy, or just like when it comes to mindfulness and Reiki, and when it comes to with those wellness modalities too, including somatic healing as well. Or even if you want some like other products too, when it comes to like with essential oils, or even just like a powerful like tablet that can help you to really just energize your body to just feel free to hit me up on my links as well when it comes to with that. Whether you want to just like fill out a form too, if you want to just like book a session with me, if you want like an oracle or a tarot reading, or if you just want to learn about shamanism or Reiki or mindfulness too, or about essential oils, or if you just want to just want to keep it online, you want to book a subscription or join my Patreon, which you can really do that for free. Whatever that really just resonates with you too, just feel free to explore that. And to really just, doing that too, if you want to not only support me, but also supporting yourself when it comes to just, you know, needing some assistance about when it comes to with these certain topics relating to wellness as well. And with all that good stuff too. So again, big shout out to all the people who are watching this podcast. I do these podcasts monthly too. So the next episode will be on December when it comes to with that, because I'm going to do my regular podcast on a monthly basis instead of weekly, so I don't get burnt out. And plus, I got a lot of other stuff that I'm wanting to create for this channel and what I'm doing off of social media as well. So when it comes to with that, I just really want to let that be known for anyone who's just really curious about my channel and all that. And for those who are, coming back, and for those who are new too. And yeah, there's always a place for you guys too when it comes to with that. And again, if you guys ever needed any kind of help or assistance when it comes to just learning about life coaching or shamanism or mindfulness or Reiki and energy healing too, and so much more. Just feel free to reach out to me if you want to book out a session. You can fill out a form, or you can really just go online too if you want to just stick to that platform. Especially if you want to do it in person, if you live near locally too in Southern California, and if you don't live near locally too, online kind of way is kind of like the best thing too with that. So wherever that floats your boat, especially if you're local too in California, if you want to just connect with me, especially if you want to book a Reiki session or you want to learn more about mindfulness and CBT and shamanism and so much more too, and even somatic healing as well, just feel free to reach out to me, fill out a form, or if you want to keep it online, you could really just book a session online or a subscription online too. And I'll do my best to really just be there for you too when it comes to with that, work with your budget, with your time and your energy too, because I appreciate you for who you are. I value your time, your energy, and your love too. And in saying that respectfully, of course, too. So, pause, no diddy. But when it comes to with that, I appreciate you for who you are as a person and as people in general too. And I'm looking forward to connect with you guys tomorrow. So if you guys want to come back and join me live tomorrow, just talking about mindfulness as well, you're more than welcome to do that. And you guys have a beautiful rest of your, day and evening or afternoon or evening to wherever you guys are in the world. You guys stay safe, get your rest, have fun, taking care of your responsibilities, live your best life, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys around. So peace and many blessings.